seems like they're everywhere you turn. Every single day they invade the headlines. Another half-wit criminal with a half-baked scheme. Another social media simpleton going viral. Another Florida man stretching the bounds of stupidity. Or another pack of SJWs throwing a temper tantrum. And that's not even the worst of it. From the empty talking heads on the cable news channels, to the humorless hacks in Hollywood, to the pea-brained politicians pulling the puppet strings, everywhere you look, there's another idiot telling you how to live your life.
And Joe Biden still gets to sleep in the White House. Amazing.
I bet he wakes up every morning and he has no fucking idea why he's there. He's just like, whoa, what do I do? Hey, I'm at Barack's for a sleepover. Oh man, I hope we got lots of pizza and hot dogs.
And he's a very special guy. He's called a minor attracted person. An MAP.
Free speech should no longer be allowed.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Don't mind me, my berries pop out.
Well, Jay and Anissa have had enough. Armed with clever satire, madcap humor, and the craziest cast of characters in podcasting, they're lining up and taking aim at the world of stupidity every single week. Because it is time to go to war. The War on Morons.
It is Tuesday, March 16th, 2021, and this is episode 72 of The War on Morons. I'm Jay.
And I'm Anissa, and welcome to the only show online where we speak truth to stupidity every single week.
That's right, every single week. Unlike the so-called leader of the so-called free world, we come out of the basement more than once a fiscal quarter.
Yeah, I mean, crazy, isn't it? I mean, every Tuesday morning, you guys can tune into the audio feed at homimediagroup.podbean.com or the video feed at tv.gab.com. And no matter what's going on in the world, we'll have about an hour and a half of idiotic insanity for you.
Yeah, not that I'm saying that makes us, special or anything. I mean, if you subscribe to Homie Media Group, if you get on Gab, and if you don't, and you're a fan of the show, I'm telling you, you're missing out. I've said it a million times. Cancel cable. There's a ton of great content out there. I mean, on HMG, I love Hitting the Marks. I love Right Opinion.
Yeah, and I mean, don't forget about the Suck My Balls South Park pod. I bet those guys have plenty to talk about now with that new vaccine special that just dropped.
I mean, they better not talk about that, though. They'll lose their YouTube.
Yeah.
But, I mean, with that said, they can't talk about that for another 10 years because even though they do a new episode every single week, it's, like, in chronological order, and they're still on, like, season 3 or season 4 or something. And,
I forgot about that.
I mean, how many freaking episodes of the South Park are there? How many seasons?
I can't even count episodes. I would say there's probably, like, 20-something seasons, which, I mean, yeah, if I'm calculating this right, it is definitely making your point.
Exactly. That is making my point. I mean, I wasn't exactly going there, but, I mean, my original point is smart-ass amateur comedians like us and all the great content creators on HMG and Gab TV and, frankly, everywhere else. If we can come out week after week, in some cases day after day, and never run out of ground to cover or things to say, guess what, people? I mean, like, how come our unelected Chinese butt puppet of a president can't do that until, like, I mean, it took him 50 days. It took that moron 50 days before he finally made a primetime address to the nation, wow. Like, and then that was the best he could do.
Yeah, I mean, look, honestly, though, I don't know what you expected. Don't you know how hard it is for Joe to stay up past his bedtime?
I'm sure they had to shoot him up full of something. And then he came out and was like, I'll admit, I didn't watch his stupid speech.
Did anyone?
Actually, he broke records.
Really?
Yeah, he got. I think he got over 7,000 live viewers.
Out of a country filled with how many people? Millions and millions?
He had 80 quadrillion people that voted. No, I mean, they say he had over 80 billion people that voted for him. 7,000 viewers.
Right.
I mean,
it all adds up, people.
Jesus. I mean, a fat girl can play a video game on Twitch and get 7,000 people to watch. But yeah, Joe came out and said something like, if we submit to tyranny, if we all submit to tyranny, maybe he'll let us have a hamburger, maybe even a hot dog, maybe even we can light a sparkler.
Ooh.
With a small gathering on Independence Day. Not your whole family or anything.
No. Just enough to celebrate freedom. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. No wonder nobody watches that asshole.
Which goes back to what we were saying. I mean, hey, if it takes you a month and a half to get your notes together for a 20-minute speech that nobody watches, you just might not be cut out for the job there, Joe. I mean, really.
Maybe we should make Trey Parker and Matt Stone president.
I mean, at least neither of those guys has dementia.
And as far as I know, neither one of them is a pedophile. At the very least, they're not dumb enough to molest any kids on camera.
Goes back to that dementia-ridden free thing,
Yeah, so, way more than you can say about Moron Joe.
Right. Well, if it weren't for all the election fraud, that should have pretty much been Trump's entire campaign strategy. Like, that's all he would have needed to do, really. Basically just the Frank Reynolds strategy from the beauty pageant episode in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, really.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that'd been great during the debates. Like Chris Wallace or whoever, they're asking them the questions, those wonderful unbiased questions,
right.
Like President Trump, do you renounce white nationalism or whatever they're going to ask him, and then he'll just ignore the question. Chris, I'd like to record that I can't do a Trump, but I'd like the record to show that my opponent gropes little girls and sniffs their hair live on C-SPAN. As your president, I vow to continue not diddling kids at the White House. Mr. President, your time. And now, I'd like to sing a song. He starts doing his dance.
Oh, yeah, I love his dance.
Do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids. I wouldn't do it with anybody younger than my own daughter. No little kids.
Oh, my God.
Actually, those lyrics are really apropos for Trump, aren't they?
Oh, that is... Don't know how much better that is, to be honest.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I mean, Trump has the moves, but I don't know if that would have been the greatest strategy. Maybe he should have just had Rudy come out and sing it for him.
Oh, that would have been great. Yeah, Rudy the mayor. He kind of has that look of the Frank Reynolds for that episode. I mean, I love the guy, but if anybody's in need of a freaking makeover, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, come on. What's he supposed to do? Call the queer eyes for the straight guy people? Come on.
I mean, I don't know. We got to have a few of them on our team, right? Maybe hit up Milo. I heard Milo found Jesus the other day.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
The grifter. I'm sorry. We're on Gab TV. Milo, he's not a grifter. I'm sure that's not bullshit at all. No, but anyway, maybe he heard that Jesus is controversial now, and he wanted to jump on board before Jesus gets canceled.
Wait. Jesus? I mean, I heard about Pepe Le Pew and Speedy Gonzalez, but I must have missed the news about Jesus.
That might have been one of the most sacrilegious sentences we've had on this program.
Yeah.
There's been a lot, too. I mean, you're like, there's a couple of cartoon rodents, a rapey skunk and a Mexican rat. And then there's your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. They're pretty much a faction now. D-Generation canceled. At WrestleMania, they're gonna fight the New Day. Pepe Le Pew, Speedy Gonzalez, and Jesus.
Give me a break. I'm pretty sure the most sacrilegious thing out here right now is trying to cancel the Son of God, okay?
All right, that's fair. No, okay, so this is the latest. Apparently it's going around on TikTok. It's so new, I didn't even get it into the stack. So basically the cancel mob found a Bible verse that they're saying proves that Jesus Christ was a racist.
I mean, look, he made it 2,000 years. It's been a good run.
I hope the BLM tries to topple that big-ass statue down in Brazil.
Oh, shit.
You know, the one in Rio?
That would, like, cause an earthquake.
Like, remember when the guy got his head taken off by the monument in Virginia last summer? Like, imagine what 100-foot-tall Jesus can do to a crowd of, like, Antifa and BLM rioters.
You've heard of Christ the Redeemer. Now meet Giant Jesus Christ the Crusher.
Giant Jesus Christ the Crusher. Now that sounds like a wrestling gimmick. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
We're rambling now.
Yeah, we are.
It's
been fun, though.
It's been fun, yeah. We should probably get to the headlines, though, before.
Yeah, all right. Well, why not? Now, of course, before we do, let's just quick give out the number because we really do want to hear from our listeners and viewers. We'd love for you to be a part of the show. So, give us a call at our hotline, 813-906-9099, or email us at themoronmorons@gmail.com, or, of course, leave a comment down below in the chat. Join in on the fun.
And now, because dumbassery doesn't wait and insanity's contagious, it's time for the Stack of Stupidity.
All right. Well, let's start things off out in California, where residents are fleeing by the hundreds of thousands in order to escape sky-high taxes, draconian lockdowns, energy blackouts, the expensive cost of living, failed social policies, wildfires, crime, drugs, radicalism, mudslides. You get the picture.
I mean, sounds like paradise.
It does. Just another day in paradise. Anyway, the town of Petaluma has come up with a novel way to maybe keep some of that taxpayer base from backing up the house and heading to Texas. They've just banned gas stations.
Aha! You will never leave town now.
Trapped forever.
I mean, are you sure they didn't just do this because they're sick of paying $4 a gallon or $5 a gallon, whatever Joe has it cranked up to these days?
And it's actually even more ridiculous than that. So the people of Petaluma voted for this.
I mean, you ever heard that saying, give the people what they, it's...
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, careful what they wish for. Democracy is giving the people what they ask for and giving it to them good and hard.
Yep.
You get what you ask for, Petaluma.
That's damn right. It's a city of about 60,000 people, and they're about 40 miles outside of San Francisco. So basically what they've done is they've voted to ban any new gas stations from being built, any existing stations from being relocated, remodeled, expanded, or anything because of climate change.
Well, I mean, at least it was their own dumbass choice. I hope that every gas station in town kind of just reads the way this is going and just leaves.
Yeah.
I would. Just let the people run out of gas, let them shred their tires, everything in between. I mean, gas stations aren't just for gas. Nothing they can do about it either. They voted for this shit.
Yeah, where are you going to get your Takis at 3 a.m.? Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay? And I mean, better yet, there's going to be, maybe one single station that does stay in business, right? Maybe one holdout, right? They'll see the opportunity. They'll jack up the prices to like $10 a gallon. Don't like it? Too bad. They'll never clean their bathrooms. Don't like it? Oh, well, they won't do any maintenance on the shop at all. Not that they're allowed to, but hey, it's that's the law.
Yeah. And how when you're driving through like West Texas or Arizona or like parts of Nevada, pretty much anywhere out in like the desert West where nobody lives, and there's those signs that say like, hey, you better fill up here, last gas for 200 miles or whatever. Like, they're going to need to put that on the welcome to Petaluma signs. It's right there in the middle of the Bay Area Metroplex. It's, welcome to Petaluma. Last gas. You better fill up.
Seriously, though, do you really think this is going to stop with Petaluma? I mean, Come on. Gavin Newsom catches wind of this brilliant idea, and they're going to ban gas in the entire state.
If that's what it takes to keep those people contained to California, I'm all for it.
Absolutely.
I'm all for it.
Let's do more.
Anyway, staying in crime-ridden California, let's go down to San Francisco proper, where a local CBS News reporter was robbed at gunpoint while filming a segment about a string of car break-ins in the area.
Well, if that isn't some GTA V shit, I don't know what is. Really.
Like Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, of course, Grand Theft Auto.
I think I actually saw this happen on like a Trailer Park Boys episode before.
Oh, I think I did too. Yeah.
like San Francisco has devolved from being like the most expensive and like the most high end city in North America.
A Full House.
Yeah.
A wholesome family show.
Yeah. It's gone from that to fucking Sunnyvale Trailer Park when Mr. Leahy's on a bender. Good
honestly,
job.
I don't think that's fair to Sunnyvale. I mean, it might have its problems, but at least those people don't crap in the streets like stray dogs, so...
Good point. Anyway, back to this story. So this reporter's just standing out in the street. He's about to start the interview, and these three guys jump out of a car, stick a gun in his face, and they're like, hand over the camera.
The camera?
Yeah.
First of all, I thought guns were illegal in California.
Well, pretty much, yeah.
Second of all, so that's a little weird, they robbed him for a TV camera? What were they going to do with that?
I mean, that's what he was holding. It's not like he was holding the gold watch. Well, I mean, maybe they took that, too.
He didn't have a wallet on him?
Look, they're not the smartest people in the world. They live in California.
Yeah, all right. Well, look, I mean, that being said, it's really ridiculous. I mean, this is not exactly the most inconspicuous item to sell off here. Okay? Any pawn shop in the area, they're going to be like, hey, did anybody try to sell you a freaking, ABC logo TV camera? Yeah? Oh, well, I think we might have our guys. Like, geez.
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, with that said, though, this is San Francisco we're talking about. Like, what are they going to do? Call the police?
Oh, good point.
Yeah, they've been calling the police Nazis all year long. They're like, yeah, hey, this is action news. We've been slandering you. We've been having people try to burn down your precinct all year. Yeah, somebody stole our TV camera. Can you help us out? Sorry, I think we're breaking up. They're crumpling the paper.
Yeah. Oh my god. What I want to know is, was the camera running when this all happened?
God, that's the only thing that would have made this better. Like, I mean, the reporter, I guarantee, like, I wish I could see this. He'd be like, why are you robbing me, man? I'm on your side.
Yeah, the whole time he'd be trying to blame Trump, and I'd love to see the aftermath when, like, they get the camera, and these three gangbangers are just in the car like, hey! And it's like live streaming to all of San Francisco. That would have been just peak.
That would be great.
All right, well, speaking of crime, a British prison escapee and 5-month fugitive from justice was recaptured last week after violating COVID lockdown to go into town and attempt to buy the new Call of Duty game.
Okay, there's a lot going on in that sentence. So this guy was bad enough to be in prison.
Correct.
Bad enough to break out of prison.
Apparently.
And he was smart enough to avoid capture for months, like half a year.
Mm-hmm.
But he was dumb enough to just waltz into town in the middle of their never-ending lockdown.
Well, look, since when does a guy like that go stand in line at the Best Buy and shell out $60 for a game? I mean, the whole thing doesn't add up.
Right. Like, I mean, if you're not going to steal it, like Mr. Hardened Criminal, like at the very least, just download it from the PlayStation store or whatever.
Right, like there goes all your street cred. Like, shit. And I mean, to be fair, maybe he's not completely up to date with the latest technology. I mean, he was serving a 17-year prison term, so...
And he threw it all away for a goddamn video game. Like, look, you'd think he would have maxed out his sneak before he tried some shit like that,
Yeah, I think he needed a little more experience points.
Maybe next time we'll get a copy of Metal Gear, or something like that. Really work on those skills.
Better luck next time, bud.
Anyway, moving on.
17 years.
Anyway, since we're talking about a guy breaking out of prison, check out this story from Germany. So in order to prevent a prison break, a prison outside of Berlin had to immediately change 600 locks after an intern shared a selfie of himself posing with the master key on social media.
Okay. All right. That's a bad first day at work.
Right?
That's a bad first day.
It's a bad last day of work, too.
That's true. That's true.
As you can imagine, the guy was fired on the spot. Because, I mean, anybody, any like locksmith or whatever that saw that picture could have easily reproduced the key, staged a mass breakout of the facility, and then you got you got like a Arkham Asylum breakout situation there.
Boy, if you thought it was bad when the interns at your company messed up your coffee order, imagine having this guy start in your prison. You know that how it started, how it's going meme? This guy could be the first one to start it as a prison employee and end up as a prison resident.
Ooh, yeah. So the prison, they had to buy new locks and keys. They had to install a completely new security setup. They had to destroy all the old keys.
Goodbye.
Apparently, the total cost for all of this was about 50,000 euros.
Yep, that sounds about right. I mean, just finding a locksmith who you can call up and be like, we need 600 new locks right now. How you feeling about that, buddy?
Yeah,
I think any locksmith would be like, I'm feeling like that's going to cost you a fuckload of money. I mean, how much do you want to bet that they'll include this training in their new hire packet from now on?
Oh, yeah.
Don't take pictures with the master key, folks.
Nope.
All right, anyway. Here's another stupid criminal for you. Well, that guy wasn't really a criminal. He was just criminally stupid. But we'll move on to a stupid criminal. So a Tulsa woman is facing first-degree burglary charges after leaving Cheeto residue on the windows of a home she broke into earlier this month.
What the
You know, the little, orange powder you get all over your fingers when you eat Cheetos.
Hey, I guess you could say they dusted for prints.
Wow, okay, well, apparently she doesn't watch too much CSI.
I mean, who is just casually macking on some Cheetos while they do a home invasion?
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty crunchy. Like, you'd think somebody might hear that. I mean, I had to triple check that this wasn't one of those fake news stories because it is so damn ridiculous. Like, what, if she never had Cheetos before? Apparently, the burglar left Cheeto dust all over the window, all over the screen, and she even left the empty bag along with a water bottle covered in orange fingerprints at the scene of the crime.
What the look, you know what? At the very least, you know what they should do is they should turn this into a commercial. Doesn't this sound like one of those like Super Bowl commercials?
Oh my god, they really should. And as if that's not enough, the police used the Cheeto residue that was stuck in her teeth to further identify her and tie her to the crime. So maybe brush your teeth after you commit a crime. That's gross.
Next time, ladies, save the snacking till after the safe cracking.
Do you think they have Cheetos in jail at the commissary?
If they don't, well, watch out. She's gonna be like coercing an intern to make a copy of the master key or something. But hey, speaking of Cheeto residue,
we have a story related to Cheeto residue.
Well, speaking of Cheeto residue, did you hear about this crazy story out of the White House where Moron Joe's domestic policy advisor, and quite possibly the person controlling his hidden earpiece, Susan Rice, she just admitted that she conducts a smoky sage smudging ritual in order to expel Trump's energy from the building.
Oh my god.
See, he's the Cheeto residue.
Yeah. So, look, I like that. I gotta say, though, it's a little weird. Is it not a little weird, folks, that they're just openly doing witchcraft in the White House now?
I mean, they said everybody was crazy when they were like, yeah, they're like all the Q people were saying like...
Alex Jones is like, demons! They're demon people!
Yeah.
And like everybody's like, oh, he's nuts.
Yeah.
But now they're like just doing black magic?
Right out in the open. I mean, he's been spiking the football all year long. You think he's going to be like, I told you, God damn it, At this point, he's probably just like, look, I know, they're openly doing witchcraft, big deal. Oh, and you just do the show today, I'm just relaxing.
Oh my god.
to be fair, man, I'd rather have them doing witchcraft than craft any more policy.
Oh, well, that's true.
I mean, they can, for all I care, like, I got some great ideas for them. They can sacrifice a goat in the West Wing.
Not a goat.
Black Mass in the Oval Office.
Yeah, better.
Hey, I know Biden's down with this. Maybe conjure up a little sex magic in the Lincoln bedroom.
Oh, excuse me.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Gross.
As long as it distracts them from pushing through another stack of executive orders or like another one of these crazy stimulus bills, I'm good with it. I don't care what the fuck they're doing, you know?
Okay, well, as long as I don't have to think about it or picture that anymore, I guess I'm okay with that too. But look, I mean, Susan Rice, come on. What does she think, that Trump is a ghost or something? I mean, he's down there living it up in Mar-a-Lago, bitch. Like, what are you trying to do?
Right? Like, she's trying to, exercise the White House. He's alive! This dumb bitch, she's gonna end up casting Abraham Lincoln in the Shadow Realm. I mean, to be fair, the Democrats, they've been trying to cancel him for 160 years, so there you go.
This seems like a rare opportunity for political unity in America. Maybe they can pardon the QAnon shaman, and he can stop by and do a cleansing with her.
God, that'd be great. Let that dude back out of jail. Yeah, man, this is great. After we're done, you want to go get some tacos or something? I just picture he'd be down for that.
Oh man, I think he'd be down for anything that gets him out of prison.
I think he's probably having a good time in prison.
You think?
He's probably making a lot of friends.
I don't know.
Anyway, we're getting our first call of the night.
All right, you want to grab this one?
Yeah, sure, why not? All right, hey, area code 540. You're on with the War on Morons. Go ahead and state your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, hello, dearie. This is Ursula in Salem.
Ursula in Salem. Let me guess, you're a witch.
Oh, yes. How did you know, dearie? But I'm not in
Because you're calling from
Massachusetts.
Salem, Massachusetts.
No, I knew you were going to say that. No, I'm calling from Salem, Virginia. Not so clever now, are you?
All right, you got me. What's going on, Ursula?
Well, I have to tell you, I'm very angry at Susan Wright. She is a real piece of work, and I'm not going to stand for it. She is horrible for cultural appropriation.
Did you say cultural appropriation?
Yes, she's stealing my culture. I am going to get my revenge. Yes, I'm going to put a hex on Joe Biden. I'm going to make him do all sorts of things to punish them.
Okay, you know what? I'm not completely opposed to that. What sort of a hex are you gonna put on old Joe there?
I'm so glad you asked, dearie. I'm going to make him forgetful. He won't remember anything about his life or his job. He'll be a diddling fool. I'll just take some eye of Newt Gingrich and some mystical mushrooms and whip it up into a magical stew and stumble upon him his doom.
Boy, that almost sounds like you're gonna give him Alzheimer's symptoms.
Yes! Now you're getting it!
Boy, that's really gonna change his life for the worse. Nobody's gonna know what to do.
You don't sound too impressed.
No, I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure that he's already going through that.
What?
Have you seen Joe Biden lately?
He's the president of the United States!
Yeah, well, that's debatable.
Okay, new plan. Let me look here, let me see. What have I got for me? Oh, let's see. Yes. That's just the ticket. Just the ticket indeed. Well, if making him forgetful is not quite right, here's what I'll do. I shall curse him to be a sex parrot. He'll have an uncontrollable boner all the time. At the most inopportune moment, he will be caught with his pants down. It'll be like Bill Clinton except 1,000 times worse.
Oh, wow. So you're going to make him a pervert?
Yes. Oh, I don't know why I didn't go with that in the first place. It's much more scandalous, yes.
Oh, that'll ruin him. You should make him grope children in public.
I hadn't gone quite that far.
if you do that, I tell you, man, if people see videos of Joe Biden groping little kids in public, they'll never forgive him.
I'm starting to sense that you may not be quite so sincere.
No, yeah, I'm just saying, maybe look that one up. I think there might be another witch out there. I'm sorry, Ursula, somebody might have beaten you to it. I think he might already have a few hexes on him.
Oh, okay. I got more tricks up my sleeve. Don't you worry. Okay. I'll just take a look in there. I haven't looked in this cabinet in quite a few ages. Surely there's something good down here. Okay, I've got it. It's not elegant witchcraft, no, but it'll do. I'm going to make him shit himself in public.
You know what, Ursula? I think this one will work. All we gotta do now is get him to actually go in public.
What?
Well, I mean, he only does that like once every 40 or 50 days.
Boy, I hope they save some room in the budget at the White House for some protective crystals and not just sage.
I mean, what is it with these crazy, like, witches? I remember that was something with Trump, too. Remember, like, Trump, the witches are always trying to put, like, a hex on him?
Yeah, apparently we have, like, one witch on our side, and she doesn't watch the news.
She does not sound like she's very, the worst witch. Isn't that a thing, the worst witch?
Yeah, maybe. I honestly think she might actually be legit, though. I mean, think about it. If you were 800 years old, would you keep up with modern events?
No, yeah.
She might be for real.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got a commercial this week, just on time for the NCAA tournament. Our resident gambling addict, Vinny V.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go, folks.
It's me. It's Vinny V, baby. And I'm here with my main man, Ray Robinson. And we're here for 1-900-V4 Vegas. Look, Ray, a little birdie told me that you're getting a stimmy, baby. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the truth, Vinny. Ray fixing to get paid. $1,400, baby.
Hey, you heard the man. 14 big ones, just on time for March Madness. What a time to be alive, right? So, if you're like Ray here, and the fucking IRS is about to drop a little payola in the bank, well, you better get ready to blow that money big time with 1-900-V4 Vegas.
Hey, you already know, Vinny. Hey, I got my bracket right here. I got Gonzaga, I got Bama, I got Baylor, and the last one's kind of, I think I'm gonna go with Virginia.
Shut up, Ray, because we're not betting on the tournament this March Madness. No, that's yesterday's papers, my friend. Because this year, exclusively at 1-900-V4 Vegas, we've got the big baby cancellation board, baby. That's right. We're the only sportsbook in town where you can take bets on which cartoon characters and which kids' TV shows these crazy crybaby liberals are gonna lose their minds over and try to cancel next. Who we got on the board this week, Ray?
I don't know, man. That don't even make sense. But how come you don't tell me about this before we do the commercial?
Hey, look, pull it up, big man. Pull up the board. I sent it over to you.
All right, hold on. All right. So we got Speedy Gonzalez at 2-1. We got Dora the Explorer at 10-1 odds. We got Barney the Dinosaur at 18-1. Fred Flintstone at 25-1. We got SpongeBob SquarePants
at 30 to 1. And my favorite, we've got Rocky and Bullwinkle with some real value at 40 to 1 odds, baby.
Oh, yeah, Rocky and Bullwinkle. They was always, they was trying to kill them communists, Vinny.
Yeah, that's right. That's a hate crime these days. Yeah, that's practically sedition. Anyway, you bet 14 grand and you win on a 40 to 1 odds. I mean, that's over 500,000 clamatos, baby. So don't delay. Call 1-900-V4-VEGAS now. At just $6.99 a minute, put your money on the table. I mean, you're going to rake it back in. And by the way, Ray, how come they never put you in a Space Jam movie?
Man, fuck you, Vinny. I don't want to talk about that.
All right, everybody, call in now and make your money. It's March Madness and the Big Baby Cancellation Board, baby.
All right.
Hey, well, you heard it here, folks. If you get that $1,400 from the government, spend it on Vinny V's stupid sports gambling line.
Let's not make that our official directive to our viewers.
Yeah, bet on which cartoon characters are good. I mean, why not?
I can think of a lot of reasons why not.
All right. Well, since Vinny brought it up in the in that commercial there, let's just get into it in this next story here. So, of course, last week Congress passed the insane COVID stimulus relief bill. Just a $1.9 trillion spending bill. Nope, no big deal.
That's going to be a lot of relief for us hardworking Americans.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be a little bit more cost-effective to stop calling out sick over a cold virus that it's about as likely to kill you as a piece of space debris falling off the International Space Station. Or maybe even admit that despite all of Washington's best efforts, 95% of the workforce is still gainfully employed a year into this nonsense. But, this is why I spend my time making dick jokes on a podcast instead of robbing people blind as a member of Congress.
I honestly can't even fathom $1.9 trillion. Like, what? I feel like you could buy the entire continent of Europe for $1.9 trillion. I can't even conceptualize how much money that is.
Oh, that's easy. So just picture how much money Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos have made from this hoax over the past year. And then double it. Actually, half it. They probably made more, those bastards.
I don't understand how Bill Gates is still making money. Like, does anybody care about Microsoft at all?
I think he's making money from the vaccines.
Oh.
Or, who knows? Who knows? But, anyway, since there's, if you guys want to, see the math, I mean, so I was curious. So there's 200 million adults in the country.
Okay.
So let's say that we split this 1.9 trillion evenly among every man and woman in America. So it's actually not that astronomical when you do it that way. It would come out to something like $9,000 a head.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's actually not that huge. I mean, I think I'd rather have a free country again and have the right to earn my own money because, let's face it, $9,000 isn't anywhere near a year's salary, but hey, if they're going to print it out and give it away anyways, we might as well take it, I guess.
I guess. I mean, it's our own money. Like, it's our own money that they're stealing from us and giving back.
That's true.
But of course, it's not $9,000 that we're going to get. That's crazy.
Oh.
So what they're actually doing is they're giving hundreds of billions of dollars to bail out all the states that are in debt.
Oh.
All the, like New York and California. Like, it's
so crazy. All the Democrat states.
Yeah. They're giving $50 million to fund abortions.
Oh.
That's COVID relief.
Right, because you can't get those.
They've got I don't know what that is. They're paying off the teachers' unions. They're giving themselves a raise. Congress is getting a big raise.
Well, they've earned it.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
that's why they've got such a high approval rate.
Oh my God! Yeah, they're working hard.
Yeah. They're funneling about $1 billion to those community organizers.
What? The people who burn down cities and fucking... Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, they've been working hard. You got to give them credit for that.
They have been putting in the work.
They've been working really hard. And, of course, they've got to get checks ready for, all the illegal immigrants crowding in. So.
Right, well, I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm starting to pick up on a theme here.
Yeah. Well, either way, there's only a certain amount left over for actual Americans in need. Not everybody. But the most economically impacted by COVID. That's who's getting a check.
Well, I mean, honestly, that does make sense. I mean, so they're going to give the money to the people whose business is closed because of the lockdown.
No.
Oh.
Probably not.
Okay.
See, they're going off of 2019 tax returns. So those people that were, business owners, I mean, they probably made too much in 2019 to qualify.
Right. Well, see, that seems somewhat illogical.
Well, either way, great news, because $1,400 stimulus checks are going out to prison inmates.
Okay, I just cannot. Okay. I honestly, gotta say it, may not be the most popular opinion in the world, but it seems to me like a prisoner who gets 3 hots and a cots a day would be pretty safe from the economic impact of COVID. I mean... Don't they even get a chance to make like $1 an hour to make license plates or something?
You just destroyed your own argument. You see, people aren't driving that much these days. Everybody's working from home. I mean, think of these poor lifers with no plates to hammer out. How are they going to make their $1 per hour? I mean, who's going to feed them and clothe them?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's taken care of.
Well, either way, it gets better because it's not just prisoners. It's not just prisoners that are getting these $1,400 checks.
Wonderful.
It's death row inmates.
No way.
So
just what this country needed, folks.
So notable prisoners set to receive their $1,400 stimmy are the Boston bomber and Dylan Roof, who shot up a church and murdered 9 people.
Didn't he murder people in a black church?
Yeah, so,
So he's, actually, horrifyingly racist.
Yeah, he actually,
He, actually committed a deathly hate crime. Right. But, the Democrats think that he should get a $1,400 stimulus check. Doesn't this seem just a little hypocritical? I don't know.
Well, at least they've finally been paid off for all they've done for the cause. The Democrat cause.
Okay, we're diving into the false flag theory now. Okay, I gotcha.
Look, I can say this stuff because we're not on YouTube anymore. So we don't have to worry about somebody. We're not going to get a strike. Gab's not going to give me a strike for this.
And Congress gave themselves a raise for this, folks. I don't know about you, but conspiracy theories are starting to sound a lot less crazy these days.
I just can't believe it. I mean, we try to be light, we try to cover the funny stuff, but we had to get into this a little bit. I could not believe it when I saw this. What the fuck do these guys need $1,400 for?
I don't even want to dive into that because we could get pretty dark pretty quick. So let's just move on.
Well, they need $1,400 to buy Cheetos from the prison commissary.
There you go. Bringing it back. Speaking of the stimulus, the Washington Post lived up to its reputation as a respected paragon of journalistic integrity once again in their coverage of the bill. Their headline when it was rammed through Congress on a 50-49 party line vote: Biden stimulus showers money on Americans, sharply cutting poverty in defining move of presidency.
A headline like that really ought to be read in an Asian accent.
I'm not doing that, okay?
like a Tokyo Rose, a Hanoi Jane, whatever they call the North Korean. Grandpa Joe Biden, much wise, so virile, so strong, so good, so benevolent.
Did you have to?
Well, I mean, it sounds like their kind of propaganda, doesn't it?
You know what? Okay, if getting a $1,400 check is being showered with money...
Golden shower.
You might have some bigger problems. Especially after they promised you $2,000 just, 2 months ago? How the hell is anyone gonna get lifted out of poverty by $1,400 to $2,000 one time?
Well, think about everything you can do with $1,400. I'll list it. So you can pay a month's rent in a 1-bedroom apartment.
but not the security deposit or the first and last that you would need to actually get into an apartment.
Details.
Okay, got it. Continue, please.
You could pay for a few weeks of tuition at a mediocre state college,
and then drop out after you run out of money and not be able to afford your textbooks, so you'd fail all your classes. Cool.
Well, one of these days they're gonna do the student loan forgiveness. So, you could buy a car. You could buy a 20-year-old car, a couple 100,000 miles on it.
Well, that'll work out really great, especially when you're in need of a good mechanic who apparently works for free.
And the best thing is, all these, the people that actually buy into this propaganda, they live in these, big liberal cities where the cost of living's sky high.
Right.
So $1,400 there, I used to live in Los Angeles. I used to live in Seattle. It doesn't go very far. I can tell you, here in Tennessee, it goes a lot farther.
Yeah.
We shouldn't say that too loud. Just kidding.
Just kidding. No, it doesn't go that far. Yeah. Please don't come here.
I wonder how Richard Nixon would feel if he saw the Post bending over for this fucking piece of shit president like this. Everything that the Post put Richard Nixon through, with Watergate.
I mean, are we really going to start holding Richard Nixon up as a paragon of presidential integrity?
No, I'm just saying that, the Washington Post actually, put him through the ringer.
Yeah, but they were, an actual journalistic outfit back then. Respected and respectable.
Yeah, I guess. Good point.
Yeah.
Why would anybody buy it's one thing, when you're, it's one thing when they're lying to me about what's going on in, Iraq or Libya or hell, even in D.C., those places are very far away, and I would never go there. They're, they're dangerous war zones.
Okay.
But I know what's happening in my own bank account, man. Can you imagine getting slapped in the face with this bullshit stimulus check? After maybe let's say you work in the service industry and you've been laid off. Maybe you can't even leave the house because you live in D.C. and you're not an essential worker or whatever. And you open up your newspaper and you see this about how you're getting a money shower because Moron Joe's paying 60% of your rent for the month.
You know what? No, I can't imagine any scenario where I'd pay for a subscription to the Washington Post. I'm pretty sure that would be the very first thing I'd cut if I lost my job.
I'd cut it if they give it to me for free. This is... maybe when there's a toilet paper shortage again.
Right.
Speaking of Biden, you know how he's always posing with those dogs?
Oh, yeah. It's one of the only things about his presidency that isn't completely revolting. It's just an old guy with Alzheimer's and his pet dog's keeping him company.
I wouldn't go that far. He's a deranged, racist dictator trying to crush and silence his political opponents and exterminate the population with a poison vaccine.
Well, to be fair, he's not doing that. Well, his handlers are doing that.
Yeah, still, I don't know if he should be hanging out with big-ass German shepherds.
Okay, good point.
I wouldn't be surprised if one of them's named Blondie. Just saying. But anyway, apparently the dogs learned something from their master because his dogs, I don't know if you heard about this, the dogs just got sent back to the Biden family home in Delaware because one of them bit a member of the White House security team.
Wow, folks. Honestly, he fucked up one of the easiest parts of the presidency, having a lovable White House dog. How do you fuck that up? How? I honestly thought you were going to say something about, they were humping some kid's leg or something. Honestly.
They probably do that, too. But this guy, he can't even keep his dogs from biting people in the middle of the damn White House, and people think he should be allowed to steer the economy.
Yeah, the dude made, billions of dollars from China. He can't hire a dog trainer.
What's funny is, remember when... I act like this was a long time ago. It was 2 or 3 months ago. Feels like forever after everything that's been happening this year. But Trump was president, and I think it was the first time in 6 or 7 presidents that there wasn't a dog in the White House. So, of course, people at places like the Washington Post were like, "Ooh, why isn't there a dog in the White House? Does this mean Trump is bad? Does this mean that he hates children?" Or, you know how they are. And it's Trump was like, no, I just don't have time to take care of a dog. I'm trying to save the country.
Right.
I'm trying to be the leader of the free world. I don't have time for a freaking dog. Joe Biden does have time for a dog. He does not do the job of president. He plays Mario Kart all day and apparently chases children around like Benny Hill.
Well, look, I mean, it may not be a training issue at the end of the day. It really may not. Maybe this was a cry for help. After all, didn't Biden himself admit that he likes to chase the dogs around naked and grab their tail or something?
That's right.
Grab their tail?
After he gets out of the shower, dripping wet, still naked. And, of course, we all know what Jill likes to do. With Champ, Major, and a jar of Skippy.
Okay, I'm really going to barf.
Is there anybody in the Biden family that understands the meaning of personal space?
Of course there is. Hunter Biden will get as far away from you as it takes to smoke his crack in peace. Continuing on with the first family... I don't know. That doesn't sound right, does it? All right. Are they?
Can you imagine America's first family? A crackhead, a crazy woman that thinks she's a doctor, a deranged man with dementia that molests children,
and dogs.
Dogs that are biting people. It's about as legit as Delaware being the first state.
Except that's actually true.
Oh, what? Because they stick it on the license plates? You can drive through Delaware in about 5 minutes.
Well, what's that have to do with when they signed the Constitution?
I mean, they clearly don't care that much about the Constitution if they elected Moron Joe to the Senate for half a century. I think they should have to change the license plates to say Delaware. The worst state.
Oh, God.
Somebody call up the prisons. We were just talking about the guys in there working for $1 an hour. Put those boys back to work. Let them hammer out some new license plates. This is Delaware, America's embarrassment.
All right. Well, a few days before his little primetime vaccines infomercial last week, Biden made a brief appearance on International Women's Day, Monday, to announce that 2 female generals have been appointed for commander posts.
Yeah, because everything's about identity politics with these guys.
Well, funny you should mention identity, because old Joe couldn't recall the identities of any of the people on stage with him. Most embarrassingly, though, he mumbled and stammered for like 15 seconds trying to figure it out. He couldn't even remember the name of his own Secretary of Defense or the Pentagon. He just called him, my, guy who runs that outfit over there.
That's amazing. I wonder if he uses that as his title on LinkedIn now.
Slap that on his resume.
I mean, seriously, every time they trot this idiot out and, let him try to read a speech, he digs himself deeper. He can't remember somebody's name. He's done that a lot.
A lot.
He admits he doesn't know where he is when he wakes up in the morning.
It's a mystery.
We use that in our intro. We probably need to refresh the intro, because, when we put that in the intro, a month or two ago, we were doing that as a joke, and then a week or two later, he actually said it. He was doing an interview, and
it's not like he's
cushy interview.
It's not like he's some old man that got a job for the first time. He lived it for 8 years when he was vice president.
Yeah, I mean, no wonder they want to replace him with a fucking hologram.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear about this?
No.
I mean, it's like we've got more news than we have time to cover.
It really is.
Maybe next week we'll cover this in more detail, but liberals are actually calling for this. This was in the Hill. They're literally calling for CGI deepfakes to handle Biden's public appearances and speeches, because he has very important work to do.
Okay, well that's not dystopian at all. I mean, why elect anybody? Honestly, why have an election when you can just have a fake hologram president?
I mean,
run things.
Can you imagine?
It's like we literally want to live out the Wizard of Oz. Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain, y'all. It's cool. I mean,
and what is this important work that he's doing that he can't make a speech? I thought that was like 60% of the president's job was going out there and presenting his agenda.
Well, look, he's got a nap. He's got to play Mario Kart. Maybe wander around the Rose Garden in a confused haze.
They want to pass this motherfucker off like he's Emperor Palpatine. Except for an all-powerful Sith Lord, he's a mentally deficient child molester. He can't even leave his basement without sucking Xi Jinping's egg roll.
Oh my God.
I say go for it, man. Knock yourselves out. I welcome our new hologram overlord. That'll make some great content.
You know what? I don't. But believe it or not, we didn't even cover everything from his weird Women's Day speech.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy went on to say that the administration's top military priorities are tailoring uniforms and body armor so it fits female soldiers better.
All right. So is he the commander-in-chief or is he the costume designer for Xena the
Oh, no. He also said that they're going to be issuing something called maternity flight suits so that pregnant women can drop into enemy territory during wartime, which...
What the fuck?
I mean, I don't know. I must have missed that in the what to expect when you're expecting manual.
Maternity flight suits?
Yeah.
He said this with a straight face?
Like, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt, even though I should know better by now. And I was like, okay, well, obviously, I mean, if you're pregnant and you're working, like, you should have clothes that fit you. Like, maybe you're flying a plane, maybe you're in the plane, whatever. Like, that's cool. But, like, this is literally designed for women to, like, jump out of the plane into enemy territory while they're, they're so pregnant that they're showing.
Yeah, like, I mean, even if it's not for being a paratrooper or whatever, like, in any way, why is a pregnant woman expected to be anywhere near a combat zone?
Look, I'll be the first to say it. Pregnant women are fucking superheroes. They can do so much more than anybody else on the planet. Like, it's hard to be pregnant. I give them all the credit in the world. I just don't understand why anybody would want this.
I mean, look, we know these liberals love abortion. This is some Rube Goldberg shit, if I ever heard of it. I mean, they're like, look, I mean, why just go to a Planned Parenthood? We can put them up in a paratrooper plane. We can throw them out of the paratrooper plane. They can be wearing a maternity flight suit. Hey, you think a baby's gonna survive that? We're gonna get rid of them. It doesn't matter what if those conservative judges get rid of Roe v. Wade. It doesn't matter. We'll trick them. We'll put them in the military. We will get rid of these fucking babies.
I'm pretty sure if you're past 7 months pregnant, you have to get your doctor's approval to fly on a plane. Who the hell is approving for women to jump out of them?
Yeah, you can't even go to Six Flags, and they want you to go to fucking Syria.
But you gotta hand it to them. You really do. I mean, it's definitely outside of the box.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
Just imagine it. A whole squadron of pregnant paratroopers. ISIS is not gonna see that shit coming. They don't have any Baskin Robbins in the middle of the Iranian desert. They're gonna be pissed off.
And between this and paying for the sex change operation, it's almost like they're trying a whole new military. They got the angry, the purple haired, the former the X-Men. Well, let's call them the X-Men.
Look, I for one am terrified. I know if I was the enemy, I would be really intimidated right now.
Yeah. Right. I feel like he's trying to neuter the military, but maybe he's onto something. Maybe this is peak feminism, throwing pregnant women out of a plane right into a war zone.
It doesn't feel like feminism.
Either way, speaking of feminism, because on International Women's Day, which incidentally I never even knew that International Women's Day was a thing until a week ago. But
really?
I never heard of it. But anyway, speaking of feminism, Burger King UK thought it would be a great time to tweet this out. Quote, "Women belong in the kitchen."
Okay, read the room. What?
Yeah, I hate that I'm using this phrase, but that's it. That's the tweet.
Okay. Again, read the fucking room, Burger King. Why would that be a good idea?
I mean, apparently there are social media persons like Andrew Dice Clay or something.
Apparently. I mean, is there any goddamn context here that makes this make more sense?
Well, they thought they were being clever. So they followed this tweet up a little while later with another one announcing that they have a culinary scholarship for female Burger King employees that want to cook actual food in a real kitchen one day, but as you can probably guess, by then it was a little late.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a good content strategy on social media involves not pissing people off for 5 hours and then tweeting the secondary part of your strategy where it looks like basically a cover-up. It's like, oh, we just came up with a strategy to cover up for our horrible mistake.
You haven't heard of Popeye's latest commercial? They're just going to scream the N-word.
Oh my God.
And then the next day they're going to be like, and now we're announcing African American scholarships. in the community. Basically the same, right?
So marketing teams are going insane. Good to know.
Yeah. I mean, look, I know that they're trying to roll out this Chinese social credit score thing worldwide now. Maybe Burger King, that maybe they can earn some points back. I mean, they've been real good little, globalist soldiers, this past year or two. They've been trying to convince everybody to eat these glorified bug burgers. The fucking Impossible Whopper. I've seen so many billboards, so many commercials for that nasty shit. Nobody wants it.
I mean, look, that alone has got to be worth some social credit points, right? I mean,
and remember the ad last year? We covered this. They had the Burger King making out with Ronald McDonald. That was weird. I don't think they got McDonald's permission for that. But I mean, hey, that's got to be worth some points too, right? That was pretty woke.
I really don't think cancel culture works on points, though.
So they aren't able to just kind of they don't have some in the bank, and then they're like, all right, look, we've given these liberals a lot. Let's go out there and say women need to be in the fucking kitchen again.
Pretty sure it's not a demerit. I'm pretty sure they're canceled.
All right, well, we're getting another call here.
Oh, boy.
Looks like a California number.
Oh, great.
Yeah, perfect. You picked this one up.
Fine. Hello, area code 408. You're on with the War on Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is DJ Luvv Stikk. I'm calling from K-Love 95.5, San Jose, California.
Okay, well, thanks for calling in, DJ. What made you decide to give our show a call today?
Yeah, well, I'm on the, you probably know me. Of course, I'm the host of the morning drive for your morning sex drive out here in San Jose. Number 2 rated.
Your morning what?
The morning drive for your sex drive. K-Love, DJ Luvv Stikk, on 95.5, sexy, San Jose, California. You know me, DJ Luvv Stikk.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so anyway, we're number 2 in our market. A lot of people listen to the show. The ladies love DJ Luvv Stikk, and I love the ladies, and I respect the ladies. I respect women. I respect our female queens out there. And I heard this story about Burger King, and I can't believe it. I can't believe what they did. I think it's really wrong. I don't like it.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, interesting. I mean, they certainly missed the mark as far as announcing it goes, that's for sure.
I've got my own thing going right now. It's kind of similar. We've got an internship going. We're recruiting now. It's just for the ladies. We're looking for the new Lady Luvv Stikk. To be my new co-host.
Lady Luvv Stikk?
Yeah, the new Lady Luvv Stikk. But we wouldn't be so disrespectful to the females. We treat our queens with the utmost respect.
Okay, sounds
not like Burger King.
Kind of weird, to be honest. What happened to the old Lady Luvv Stikk?
We don't talk about that. What happened is we had a difference of opinion. That doesn't really fly on the air. People listen to the morning drive. I think you guys you do that different kind of show. You do that night show. Morning drive's more lighthearted. You just kind of play some R&B music, play some swinging tunes. Just have a little bit of light banter. A little bit of sexy talk.
Sexy talk?
Yeah, you gotta have the right chemistry, and you can't go talking to lawyers about how you don't like the sexy talk. So we had to get a new Lady Luvv Stikk. So right now we're doing a contest. We're looking for the new Lady Luvv Stikk. It's a national contest. Anybody in America, all 48, states. We ain't gonna fly you from Alaska. We ain't gonna fly you from Hawaii. But if you sexy, if you got a sexy voice too, want to be the new Lady Luvv Stikk. Send me some pictures on my Instagram.
Okay!
Maybe I could make you on the, maybe, because I respect women.
That doesn't sound like you do. It doesn't sound like you do at all.
No, DJ Luvv Stikk's a feminist, you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what the word feminist means?
Because I love ladies. I love them so much.
That's not at all what that means.
Anybody listens to my program, they'll tell you, I love them. I respect because they're my queens. All are my queens.
Okay,
And when we bumping and grinding.
When you're what?
When we bumping, we grinding.
I don't think you should be bumping and grinding with your interns.
No, it's all right. Because, see, that's part of the job description, when you Lady Luvv Stikk. To the fans out there that listen to the show, they want to have a little of that sex drive.
Is this a job in radio or at a freaking harem?
It's funny you should mention that. I was thinking about kind of expanding, maybe having more than one. But the station, they got a budget constraint. We can't pay that much in radio. Not for the females, for the interns. You know what I'm saying? But,
sounds like you might have a budget problem with your sexual harassment lawsuits.
Hey, no, we don't talk about. Look, I need you to. Can you dump that? You got a 7-second delay. I need you to dump that. It's pending litigation. We don't talk about that here.
Okay, well, I will absolutely.
You talk about. All right, thank you.
Not do that.
We're talking about.
We'll absolutely not do that.
Look, all the ladies listening right now out there, I know you want to be the new Lady Luvv Stikk. So I need you to go. You need to go to my Instagram. You need to find DJ Luvv Stikk. And you need to remember that I do respect women. I am a feminist. And I need to see what that ass do. And I need to see all your pictures. And I need to see videos too. And if you want, send me a video of your voice or whatever. It doesn't matter. And we can see if you can be the co-host on the show.
Okay, you know what? That's horrible.
95 K-Love.
Goodbye, DJ Luvv Stikk.
Sexy San Jose, California.
Stop it. Okay, I'm pretty sure that we can call this episode the one where Anissa barfs. Because, it's gonna happen if I hear one more disgusting, perverted thing.
Well, hey, look, if you don't like DJ Luvv Dick or whatever, good news, everybody. It's probably only a matter of time before he gets canceled.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the woke mafia, but I think I could live with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And after all, and here comes a segue for you, even Pepe Le Pew from the Looney Tunes is Vinny. The amorous skunk is just the latest in a long list of cartoon characters to get the hook from the SJW crowd lately, but he's the first one to be canceled for contributing to rape culture.
I mean, I know that's exactly what I was thinking when I was a fucking 5-year-old watching Pepe Le Pew. I mean, gotta give them credit. They went there, didn't they?
Yeah, that never occurred to me either. When I'm a little kid watching Looney Tunes eating a bowl of sugar cereal, I was like, I'm watching brutal sexual assaults here. I just thought he was a creepy French guy. I just thought he had a big crush,
Well, look, I mean, they probably didn't teach about rape in preschools back then when we were kids. How sad. I just want to know this. So a cartoon skunk getting a little grabby with a cartoon cat, we've got to take that off TV immediately, because we all know that's not how animals get it on in the animal kingdom at all. It's literal rape. So, I mean, am I following this or what?
I mean, more or less. It wasn't TV. Well, maybe it will be. I don't know. They pulled him from the new Space Jam sequel.
Okay, so riddle me this. They can't put him in Space Jam, but President Joe is the president.
I mean, you make a good point.
Creepy Joe.
Yeah. I mean,
Moron Joe.
You know what? Forget about those Dominion machines. Forget about those affidavits. Forget about Sidney Powell. Let's just take all that footage of Biden sniffing and rubbing on those little girls and splice it into like a Disney film or something.
Yeah.
And just be like, hey, look, we found some evidence. We got to cancel this guy.
Yeah,
we found some rape culture.
I saw something else about the new Space Jam movie, and I've got to say, kind of creepy. Apparently, a bunch of people on the internet are angry that Lola Bunny has been desexualized.
The cartoon bunny rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
In a kid's movie.
Right. They don't like her redesign. They say her clothes are too baggy. They want her crop top back. She's not sexy enough.
Who the fuck is watching Space Jam for the sexy cartoons? Like, isn't it like a G-rated, like maybe PG-rated? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, I mean, I
literally don't know.
Like, I don't know about putting people in lists and stuff. Like, I'm usually pretty, like, against that.
Right.
But maybe these are some people that should be on a fucking list.
I have to agree with you there. I mean, one guy even went on Twitter and said he punched a hole in his wall because she doesn't have big enough boobs now. So, yeah, definitely list material.
Okay, if you're in the audience and you're thinking, hey, why are they talking about me? Stop. Get some help. This isn't normal.
No, it is not. Now, wait a minute.
But
what did you just say?
Well, I said that wanting to fuck Lola Bunny from the Toon Squad isn't normal, because it isn't.
Oh my god. You better watch yourself. You just said normal.
What? I feel like this is a bit that I'm not aware of.
Right. Well, apparently you haven't heard, so let me just clue you in right now. Okay. The word normal is also canceled.
Honestly, at this point, I'm not surprised. I mean, these freak shows have been trying to cancel normality for years. I mean, this is just the logical endpoint of this.
This is far from the end point, my friend. And everybody knows if you ban a word, that means the thing it describes no longer exists, so...
Especially an abstract concept.
Yep.
That's a regular idea. Very ordinary.
Yep. Next I'll ban synonyms, so watch out. To be fair, it's not a universal cancellation yet, not the Dr. Seuss treatment or anything, but skincare corporation Unilever did make headlines last week with their announcement that they would be dropping the word normal from all packaging and advertising after 70% of people in a survey said that the word had a negative effect and the beauty industry needs to be more inclusive. In a further effort to be inclusive, they vowed to ban all digital alterations to body shape, size, proportion, and skin color in TV commercials, print advertising, and product images.
Okay, shouldn't they just get rid of the... I mean, if you're going by this survey, which I'm sure isn't doctored at all, I'm sure that this is what 70% of people actually believe. But I mean, shouldn't they just get rid of the beauty industry altogether? I mean, what's makeup? What's lipstick? What's blush? That seems like an attempt to change the way you look. And that's even worse than digitally. That's trying to change it in the third dimension. I dare say you're trying to change to look more normal.
Oh, I'm sure it's only a matter of time before they come out with gender-neutral products that don't do anything at all.
Yeah, can you imagine just like, it's like lipstick, but it's just like clear. It's just like it's just like a powder that has no like pigmentation or anything.
We'll all be like those like 10-year-old girls in our class whose dads didn't allow them to wear makeup, and we'll be using like Vaseline as mascara and lip gloss. And
I actually hope they do this just because I want to see a bunch of these these SJW idiots spending like I hope it costs like $100 a bottle, for the socially acceptable accepted products that that aren't hateful. Aren't racist, but don't do anything. I can't wait.
To be fair, though, certain people will still be able to buy makeup as we know it today.
Politicians.
Not quite.
Who?
I don't know. Figure it out. Who likes to wear makeup and people cheer for it, even though it's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. Anyway, speaking of canceling words, you will not believe this story out of Australia. I'm not even going to try to put my own spin on it. I'm just going to read it straight from the source because it's so unbelievable that... All right, so this is from The Australian. So, quote, in an effort to protect the feelings of pedophiles, journalists in Tasmania have been instructed to avoid calling those who abuse children pedophiles, as this is believed to marginalize those who have the condition of pedophilia.
The condition of pedophilia? The fucking condition of pedophilia?
Yeah.
It's a condition now? I'm pretty sure that they're just, like, fucking predators. There's something wrong with them. Like, they're evil. I mean, that's whose feelings we're worried about? The child rapist? Really? Like, I'm pretty sure John Bonet is fucking rolling in her grave right now.
It's a brave new world, folks.
I mean... Didn't these people see Elizabeth Smart get kidnapped on TV and now we're taking the fucking psychopath side? Are you kidding me? There used to be a few things in this world that we could all just universally agree on.
Yeah, not anymore. Pedophilia is a partisan issue now. Like now if you say that, I don't think it's right for grown men to, creepily follow a little girl into the bathroom and say she's kinky. They were like, "Oh, you're canceled. I'm going to take you off of Twitter and probably look for a way to put you in jail."
Honestly, we're probably getting to the point now, folks, where like if your kid gets kidnapped, if your kid gets abused, if your kid is the one that is on the news, I mean, you're not going to be able to go on the news and beg for them to come back because, I mean, we're going to probably just have to let the pedophiles have them.
Yeah,
because I mean that's their right. They have a condition. So I mean, if
that's their truth.
If your kid gets taken. You can't be asking for your kid back. That's their property. They need that.
Love wins. Isn't that the phrase? # love wins. That's what they're gonna say when they take your kid and drag him into a basement somewhere.
Honestly, at this point, I don't think you should let your kids leave your house.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Jesus.
I mean, if we're not supposed to call child abusers pedophiles, what are we supposed to call them?
Demonic fuckwits? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of names that I could think for them that are probably not appropriate even for this very internet informal forum.
I'll just go with a presidential for now.
Okay, let's just move on to another topic. So this story is out of Baltimore, Maryland, where a mother of a high school student has come forward to expose the unbelievable state of the city's school district. Her 17-year-old son has passed only 3 classes in 4 years. He has a .13 grade point average. He was later absent nearly 300 school days in his first 3 years of high school, and he ranks near the top half of his class.
Hey, to be fair, I bet he's at the top half of his class when it comes to selling dope, armed robbery, pimping hoes.
Oh, right. Well, it's funny, but it's sad, really. I mean, they've left these kids out to dry. Apparently, the entire time this is happening, this poor mother never even knew that her kid was flunking out. The school did not call. They didn't do a parent-teacher conference. They didn't send any letters. He was ranked 62 out of 120 in the class.
I mean, at some point, you got to stop ranking them, right? Like, you're like, all right, let's see, you've gotten, it's like that old Simpsons episode. This is like a really old Simpsons episode, but like Bart gets a D-, and it's like the best grade he's ever gotten, and he goes running home to like tell his family, he's like, I got a D-, and he's like so excited, so proud to tell him, because he gets F's every time. Like, if you've gotten 3 D- in 4 years, and that's good to beat out half the class because nobody else even steps foot in the class on school grounds. Apparently, like at some point, it's like it's not even about the rank anymore. It's about the rank state of the school. But the damn parents. Like, I don't have any sympathy for the parents here.
That's true.
It's like they can't just be like, oh, how's I supposed to know? They never told me. I don't know. Pay attention to your fucking kid.
Maybe read a report card every once in a while.
Like they're living in your house, assumably, right? Like he's doing something. I'm pretty sure he's getting into some kind of trouble in Baltimore. I've seen The Wire. I know what he's doing. Snoop.
Oh my God.
I mean, how much do you want to bet that the people in that school district voted overwhelmingly for Moron Joe, too? Like, they probably voted like 3 or 4 times each for that asshole.
And their votes have to count just as much as ours.
Oh, God. Not even getting into their dead relatives, either.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, speaking of, final story of the day, well, let's stay in Baltimore.
Goody.
Where a prominent local activist is taking on the city's staggeringly high murder rate. And it's quite simple, really. He thinks the city should pay killers not to kill people.
Huh. So, this is like an unprompted hostage situation?
I mean, that's not how he framed it, but... So, in an interview with Fox 45 Baltimore, he said, quote, "I've seen the shooters. I know who they are. I can relate to the shooters. Guess what they want? They want money."
Well, I mean, this isn't revolutionary thought here. I mean, who doesn't want money?
Well, I mean, who doesn't want money? But, well, apparently, you're in the wrong place if you want money. Just go to Baltimore. I mean, how hard is it? Just go to Baltimore, shoot a few people, and then, how's the saying go? Next step, profit. Just wait.
Okay, you know what? I can't believe I'm going to give this serious consideration, but just spitting off here. What happens when the cold-blooded murderers realize that they can just extort the city for tax money by threatening to kill people? Did he really think this through at all?
I'm guessing not. So you're thinking like a pirate situation, like a modern-day piracy situation.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, man.
Like Vikings or some shit, like, we're gonna rape and pillage your city unless you give us $18 million.
I'm guessing this guy went to one of those Baltimore City schools. He might have actually been in the bottom half of the class.
You think?
Before his this particular big plan, this guy's last campaign, this was a really ambitious campaign. It was to spray paint a bunch of no-shoot zones all over the city.
Isn't everywhere a no-shoot zone?
Well, apparently you've never been to Baltimore.
Well, thank God. I mean, these days, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the mayor takes him up on it.
It's funny you should mention that. Baltimore's actually... I just saw this. Baltimore is on a run now. They're on a streak. Let's go streaking, everybody. Baltimore's had 3 criminal mayors in a row, like legit criminal mayors, like kicked out of the office for committing crimes. So, I mean, you're probably right.
What the fuck is happening in Baltimore?
It's a dump. Speaking of The Wire, I mean, makes me wish they were still on TV. They would absolutely have a field day with this shit.
I'm starting to wish that we could burn this city to the ground and start over.
Well, I mean, give him a week, give him a couple weeks. They got that George Floyd trial going on right now. Just wait until the guy gets acquitted.
Fingers crossed.
I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of cities burn to the ground.
Oh.
This summer, I think we're going to see a lot of cities burn.
Missed opportunity last year, folks.
Well, I mean, they did it too. They did it then too. Anyway, because this is going.
No, I just meant Baltimore specifically.
Right. They wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, well, that's probably fair.
Anyway, we're getting another call. They've been ringing in for a while. So.
All right, every time. Fine, I'll pick it up. Hello, area code 412. You are on with the War on Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
It is I, the Steel City Enforcer, from the Gang of Good Guys.
Okay, we're doing this.
And I'm from the Steel City. You know where that is. Pittsburgh. Much better than Baltimore.
Right. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's really a bragging point. I mean, it seems like anywhere would be much better than Baltimore, but sure.
Well, that's where we're going right now. We're on our way to Baltimore in the Good Guys Gang of Good Guys mobile. And I'm here with my trusted sidekick and my companion, the South Florida Berserker.
Oh,
here,
God.
Here, let me give him the phone.
Hey, it's me, the South Florida Berserker. And I'm all over the place. But anyway, I'm here with that speed, and I've got a gun.
Wait, what? Why do you have a gun? You know what? Never mind. How the hell do you have a gun? Last time I spoke to you, I'm pretty sure you were just assaulting people blatantly in a mall or something.
Yeah. Well, I got a gun because we're going to Baltimore. We're going to the belly of the beast, and we're really on a big mission now. This is superhero shit. The cops can't do what we're doing. This is superhero shit.
Huh?
Hey, let me give him a phone.
Sounds more like psycho shit, but...
Yeah. He gets a little out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're on our way down there to Baltimore. We're gonna clean the city up. We're gonna clean the blood off the streets.
With a gun.
Yeah. It's in the sort of city where you can just go down there with a taser. It's in the city where you can just go down there with the billy club. This is the city where you gotta go down there with some steel. You gotta be quick with the steel. So I've got a gun too.
Okay, well, what do you plan to do?
Tell her about how we're going to start killing people.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Wait, what?
We'll get to that.
No,
Oh,
get to
he
that
just
now.
wanted me to tell you about... Oh, we've got a plan. Don't you worry.
Well, tell us what it is. I mean, you called into our show. Tell us what your giant plan is.
Oh, you were actually just talking about it.
What?
Well, we're going to Baltimore to take advantage of a little situation.
You're gonna extort the city of Baltimore.
So in Baltimore, they're going to start paying you money if you stop killing people. So we're going to start. Yeah, we're going to start killing people.
Wait, so you're going on a murder vacation?
Yeah, and we're going to kill bad people. See, we're going to cruise around. We're going to find people that are down there, spreading germs. You're
with the freaking germs.
You're supposed to wear a mask in Maryland. You're supposed to social distance in Maryland. We're going to find people that, you walk into a store, they don't have a mask on. They think they're, the Lone Ranger. We're going to blow their heads off.
Well, that's just...
We're going to keep the streets safe.
I really don't think that's what I would describe it as.
We're going to clean up Baltimore. We're going to cure COVID. And we're going to collect the reward at the same time.
You're going to murder people and extort the city to stop murdering.
No, we're just taking advantage of the rules. So they're going to pay us to stop. But how can they pay us to stop if we don't start?
You know what? Honestly, I can't endorse this. You understand? I cannot endorse this. However, I do love the idea of you two psychopaths staying in Baltimore forever. So...
And when we go there, I mean, if we have to start, why not start with people who are the most dangerous to the public safety?
I'm not gonna argue with you guys over the frickin' masks and the frickin'...
She can't argue because he knows we're right.
No.
The coronavirus spreaders, they're the ones that are killing everybody. They're walking around getting everybody sick. They're coughing. I caught the coronavirus one time. It was really bad. I had a cold and everything.
Yeah, but you're okay now.
It was shitty. I was sick for like 2 days. So we gotta start killing these people.
Okay,
Exactly. Good point.
I hope, I don't say this often, but are you guys, you're driving up there, right?
Yes. We're almost to the Maryland state line. We're almost there.
Perfect.
And we can't wait. We're going to start blowing people away.
I'm sure.
We are the gang of good guys.
Okay, well, I hope you die in a car fire. Goodbye. Okay, well, I think we're starting to see how this is all going to play out.
Hey, you know, there couldn't be... I couldn't think of two better people to test this out than those guys.
Yeah.
They've basically been doing it in their own towns for the past year.
I'm starting to think the Purge movie was predictive programming.
Oh, boy. Well, with that said, it's been fun. See you guys next week.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife. God only knows what the fuck's going on out there. See you next week, folks.
Thanks for tuning in.